Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Soft Life podcast. As always, I'm your host, Candy Washington. So today we're diving into something a bit daring, a bit bold, and honestly much needed, because now is a time for you to shed your old people-pleasing skin and become the version of yourself that takes no BS, you love fiercely, and you walk confidently into any room like you own it. That's right. Now is the time to step into your villain era. But wait, before you start imagining evil cackles and plotting revenge, let me be very clear. This is not about being cruel or cold-hearted, but rather it's about unapologetically reclaiming your power, setting boundaries, and fully embodying your divine feminine energy. So, before we continue, I wanted to give you a quick reminder that if you need additional support, you can grab one of our manifestation or self love courses down below, or even get some one on one private coaching with me. You can treat yourself to one of our hoodies, or our sweatshirts, or joggers, or journals, or mugs. At the Soft Life collection. And again, everything is linked down below. And also check out our Miracle Manifestation and Affirmations Journal on Amazon. And be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share. Share this with a friend or anyone who might need a little bit of support and community and self-love right now. So with that, let's continue on stepping into our villain era. All right. So let's think about all of these so-called villains in mythology, literature, and movies. Characters who, at their core, were misunderstood, demonized for standing in their truth, or for rejecting the expectations placed on them. So the villain era is your permission slip to prioritize yourself, to say no unapologetically, to set boundaries without the guilt, and to go after what you deserve without seeking approval. That's key. So stepping into this era isn't about harming others. It's about refusing to betray yourself any longer. It's about embodying your true essence, your divine feminine energy, and showing up as the radiant, powerful being that you are. So when I say villain era, I'm talking about showing up as the most confident, self-loving, empowered version of yourself and living life on your own terms. So if you're done playing small and putting everyone else's need above your own, then this is the episode for you. Grab some tea, grab some coffee, even a cocktail, and settle in, and let's dive into how you can step into your villain era while channeling the divine feminine energy and practicing radical self-love. Okay, so stepping into your villain era takes courage. So what is the villain era? So first off, it actually means that you're not becoming the bad guy. I talked a little bit about that in the intro. But your villain era is really about shedding the need for external validation. This is about reclaiming your narrative, stepping into your authenticity, and owning your power without shame or hesitation. When I tell you the most powerful version of yourself is the version of you that does not need anyone or anything to validate, to accept, to give you permission, that is when you become unstoppable. When you don't need anybody to co-sign your value and your worth and your decisions in your life, that is when you fully show up and experience the fullness of who you are and who you are meant to be. You see, society loves to label anyone, but especially women, who set boundaries, who refuse to settle, as difficult, bitchy, selfish, cold, cutthroat, unapproachable. But in reality, there is nothing villainous about putting yourself first. This is about self-prioritization. It's about saying yes to you and no to what doesn't serve your highest self. And that is why not needing anybody's validation, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, society, your parents, your friends, your romantic partners, when you don't need anything outside of yourself, a lot of people want to tear people like that down because they are truly who they are. Okay? So, stepping into your villain era, taking back your power, reclaiming the narrative means learning to be comfortable with being misunderstood. Not everyone is going to cheer you on, and that is okay. That is a big thing to get behind and to learn and to embrace, is that you're going to be misunderstood when you become the fullest, highest version of yourself that doesn't need anybody to understand you or co-sign your value and worth. And you got to get comfortable with being misunderstood. That's something I'm personally going through right now. I don't want to get too into it because it's not just my business, it's other people's business too. But getting comfortable with being misunderstood. Not everybody is going to like the new you, and that's okay. Now let's talk about the divine feminine. The divine feminine teaches us that softness does not equate to weakness. Okay? The divine feminine is the energy of flow, intuition, creativity, and deep inner wisdom. It's not about being passive or weak, it's quite the opposite. The divine feminine is about owning your power in a way that is magnetic. It's about being so deeply in tune with yourself that you can move through life with ease and with grace and without needing to force things. And when you are in touch with this energy, you trust your instincts, you trust yourself, you embrace your sensuality, and you honor your boundaries. Now, think about how powerful that is. When you are truly embrace and embodying your divine feminine energy, the person that you trust first, best, and the most is yourself. There is nothing more powerful on this earth than a woman who honors, trusts, believes, and follows herself first. That is the most powerful woman or man. Okay. So when you step into your villain era through the divine feminine, you're reclaiming your right to be all of it, to be soft but powerful, to be nurturing but fierce, to be gentle and assertive. You are reclaiming every single aspect and facet of who you are. So let's talk about a couple of things that you can do to really tap into that divine femininity while you enter your villain era. And again, your villain era is just the highest version of you that does not need validation from anything or anyone outside of yourself. First, journaling. Start by reflecting on areas in your life where you've been holding back or shrinking yourself, and ask yourself, where can I reclaim my power? Sensuality and pleasure. Engage with your body in ways that feel good to you. Dance, practice Pilates, or indulge in a self care ritual that makes you feel luxurious. Connecting with your body in a loving way allows you to embrace your sensuality and a key aspect of the divine feminine. And this also connects to your intuition and to your confidence and being comfortable in your own skin. When you are disconnected from yourself, when you are disconnected from your body, it's really hard to stand in your authenticity and to stand in your confidence and to not need anybody else's validation because you're so disconnected from yourself. Creative expression, whether it's through art, writing, painting, singing, or any form of creation, let your inner world come to life. The divine feminine is inherently a creator, so give yourself permission to explore your creativity fully. This is a key to opening up a portal of abundance and flow and ideas. So when you embrace your divine feminine energy, you're tapping into a well of intuition, creation, flow, and fierce love. And the divine feminine isn't passive. She is strong, nurturing, and unapologetic in her self expression. And stepping into this energy is crucial for your villain era because it helps you to access that deep well of inner knowing and self-trust. When you're connected to the divine feminine, you stop seeking validation from outside sources and you become your own source of validation, and you know your worth innately. And that is truly the key. That is truly the essence of everything that we're talking about. Okay. And right after this short break, we will dive into radical self love and how to do it, and also self confidence. Ready to unlock your true potential and manifest the life of your dreams? Then I've got something super special just for you, our mind blowing self love and manifestation courses. Picture this: a journey of self-discovery where you'll find a deep well of self-love and acceptance. Say goodbye to self-doubt and hello to unshakable confidence. Our courses are designed to help you embrace your worthiness and tap into the incredible power of self-love. But that's not all. We'll also dive deep into the transformative world of manifestations. You'll learn proven tools and techniques and strategies to align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your wildest dreams. So get ready to create the success, happiness, love, and abundance that you deserve. So what are you waiting for? Head over to candywashington.com/courses to get started. Again, that's candywashington.com/courses. So now let's talk about radical self-love and rewriting the narrative. So this is the kind of love where you love yourself so fiercely that you refuse to let anyone or anything make you feel small. You know, being in your villain era is the core of main character energy, of that girl, that guy energy. No one dims your shine or makes you feel small. So let's get into the biggest aspect of stepping into your villain era, which is self love. But this isn't your average bubble bath and face mask type of self love. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you see my Instagram at Candy Washington, that is all I'm doing, and it's so much fun. But we're talking about the inner work of self love, the intentionality behind self love. It's loving yourself so deeply that you become your own best advocate. Yes, we talk a lot about becoming your own best friend, where you talk to yourself in a loving way, you give yourself self-compassion, but radical self-love is becoming your best advocate. Do you speak up for yourself? Do you defend yourself in healthy ways in situations that calls for it? Do you negotiate on your own behalf? Becoming your own advocate. It means saying goodbye to self-doubt and toxic patterns, whether those comes from relationships, friendships, work environments, family relationships, or even your own critic. Are you your best advocate for yourself? It's about speaking to yourself with the same kindness, compassion, and encouragement that you would give your closest friend. We talked about becoming your best friend, but also doing it externally as well, in those moments as well. It's about showing up for yourself even when no one else does. That's what we mean by being your best advocate. Are you your cheerleader, your champion, your spokesperson, your advocate when no one else is there for you? When the situation doesn't look good? Do you speak up for yourself? Okay. The truth is, the world can sometimes be uncomfortable with people, but let's be specific here. The world can be uncomfortable with a woman who loves herself unapologetically. We've been taught to be humble to the point of self erasure, to the point of denying yourself, to the point of betraying yourself, of dimming your shine, of not being the full, amazing, glorious version of yourself. But in your villain era, it is time to flip that script. In your villain era, it is time to reclaim your voice, to become your best advocate, to become your own best friend, and to fully show up in your power in the radiance of who you are, unapologetically. And let's talk about some ways to cultivate that deep self-love. The first is with daily affirmations. Speak love into yourself every single day. Say things like, I am worthy of everything I desire. I trust myself fully. I give myself permission to show up as I am. I am worthy. I am enough. I deserve to be seen. I validate myself. I am good enough. Abundance and joy and love is my birthright. Speak love into yourself every single day. Okay? The next is setting boundaries. Boundaries is a fierce act of self-love. Identify where you've been overgiving and start participating in the art of saying no without an explanation. You don't have to, you can, but you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You know, it is a good thing. You can give context, but don't feel like you have to justify why you're creating a boundary or why you're saying no. No is a full sentence. And do it without the guilt and without the shame and without feeling bad. And don't let anybody call you selfish or cold or cutthroat or bitchy or mean or any of these other ridiculous things that people say to manipulate you into doing what they want. Those are just manipulation tactics to keep you playing small, to keep you beneath them, to keep you as a victim, to keep you under their control. So think about, in what areas of my life do I feel overextended? Do I feel disrespected? Do I just have a gut feeling that I don't want to do something, where I feel energy drained? Think about those moments or those experiences or those peoples in your life and start creating boundaries where you no longer betray and abandon yourself in order to please other people or to make other people feel comfortable at the expense of your own well-being. We don't do that in our villain era, okay? And also, forgive yourself. If you've made mistakes, stop holding them against yourself. You know, forgiveness is key in your self love journey, and it's essential to moving forward without the weight of the past. Sometimes when we don't forgive ourselves, that makes us feel like we are broken or unworthy or not deserving. And that's not true. The truth is, we are all human beings, but the divine lives within us. Therefore, nothing that we do or don't do can take away that inherent value and worthiness that lives within us. Okay. Now let's talk about self-confidence, which is the ultimate superpower in armor. So loving yourself doesn't mean you think that you're better than anybody else with your self-confidence. It means you recognize your worth and refuse to accept anything less. I'm going to say that again. Loving yourself doesn't mean you think you're better than anyone else. It means you recognize your worth and refuse to accept anything less. So let's talk about confidence now, because you can't step into your villain era without it. So confidence isn't just about knowing you're great, isn't just about believing you're great, but rather it's about knowing it. Confidence is what holds everything together in your villain era. Once you have connected with your divine feminine and rooted yourself in self love, confidence naturally follows. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's not about feeling confident. So, the secret it's that it's not about feeling confident all of the time. It's about showing up even when you're unsure. So, confidence is built by taking action, by trusting yourself even when you're uncertain, and by choosing to stand in your power regardless of what others might think. Sorry for that little glitch. If there's any glitch in the editing, I apologize for that. So, let me just recap that again. Confidence is built by taking action, trusting yourself, even when you're uncertain, because true confidence means even if what I am trying doesn't work out, I know that I'll be okay. It doesn't take away from my self worth. It doesn't take away from my self value. It doesn't mean I'm a failure. It doesn't mean I'm unlovable. It doesn't mean I'm worthless. It simply means whatever I tried just so happened didn't work out the way I thought it would. Whether it's trying to open a business, wanting to get married, but maybe you get divorced or maybe you break up, whatever it is, true unshakable self-confidence says, no matter what happens, I still love myself. I still have my own back. I'm still good enough. I am not broken. I am still worthy. It does not define who I am. Okay? Confidence grows when you stop apologizing for who you are and start embracing yourself fully. Have you ever been around somebody who just apologizes all the time? It makes you feel icky. It's an icky feeling to be around someone who's always apologizing. You don't feel good. So stop apologizing for being here and start showing up fully as who you are. Reclaim your power, reclaim your narrative. You know, build your confidence brick by brick through small acts of self-affirmations by saying yes to the things that light you up and no to what doesn't align with your vision of who you are and where you're going. Confidence grows every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you set a boundary, and every time you prioritize your own joy and your own well being. And here's another secret: confidence isn't about being loud or flashy. It's about being grounded in who you are. It's about walking in your truth, even when it makes other people uncomfortable. That has been the recurring theme of this episode about your villain era. Being who you are unapologetically, validating yourself, being your own self advocate, and being comfortable with being misunderstood, and being comfortable with making other people uncomfortable. It is not your job to make other people comfortable at the expense of your own well being. Okay? Now let's talk about some ways to build your confidence. Taking aligned action. So don't wait until you feel ready or perfect. Step into opportunities, ask for what you deserve, and take up space. Confidence grows with each step forward. Positive self talk. Challenge negative thoughts that arise and replace them with an empowering beliefs about yourself. I am capable, I am enough, and I deserve to be here. I am confident in my own skin. I am comfortable in my own skin. I am secure in who I am. I validate myself. I validate my choices. I trust myself completely. Speak life, confidence, and love and courage into yourself. And celebrate your wins. No matter how small or big, celebrate every win. Each small step is a reflection of your power and growth. I celebrate every day. I give myself some chocolate chip cookies and ice cream. That's my little celebration just because I got through the day, yours doesn't have to be that, whatever it is for you, but do things throughout the day that brings you joy and to celebrate yourself and your life. You check something off your to-do list, celebrate that. Whatever it may be, celebrate yourself. Don't wait for these so-called big things to happen to think, well, I got this big thing. Now I'm worthy of love. Now I'm worthy of support. Now I'm worthy of success. No, you're worthy of all of those things right now as you are. So don't wait for something big to validate you. Validate yourself now. Okay? And I also want you to claim your power. I want you to walk into every situation with the energy of, I deserve to be here and I have something valuable to offer. Reclaim your power. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Stepping into your villain era isn't about being a villain at all. It's about stepping into your authenticity without apology. It's about owning your power and loving yourself fiercely, first, best, and the most. It's about embodying the divine feminine energy that flows within you, the balance of grace and strength and intuition and wisdom. It's about knowing that you are worthy of every good thing that comes your way and not shrinking for anyone or anything. It's about validating yourself. Remember that the world will try to label you when you stand tall in your truth, but don't answer to any name that is not your own. Be who you are and stand in your truth. And if that bothers somebody, oh well. They might call you difficult. They might call you mean or selfish, stuck up, conceited. Who cares? In one ear, out the other. You've outgrown the boxes they put you in. So confidently step into your villain era. Embrace the divine feminine energy. Root yourself in self-love and wear your confidence like an armor. And when you do, you become unstoppable. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Soft Love Podcast. I want you to know that you are worthy of every good thing that comes your way, and do not shrink for anyone or anything. And if you need additional support on your journey to stepping into your villain era of your divine feminine, of your self-love, then definitely check out some of our manifestation courses and our self-love courses, which is everything linked down below and can also be found on candywashington.com/courses. We also have our Miracle Manifestation and Affirmations Journal on Amazon.com. And if you want to treat yourself, you can grab a sweatshirt or a hoodie or a journal or a mug or some joggers with the Soft Life collection, which is linked down below and also found on candywashington.com. So with that, you guys, thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and share this episode with someone who you want to take them into your villain era with you. They need a little, zhuzh as well. And I love you guys. And here's to leveling up, self-love, and becoming your most confident self. Until next time, everybody, I love you. And take care of yourself and each other. Bye-bye. Ready to unlock your true potential and manifest the life of your dreams? Then I've got something super special just for you. Our mind-blowing self-love and manifestation courses. Picture this, a journey of self-discovery where you'll find a deep well of self-love and acceptance. Say goodbye to self-doubt and hello to unshakable confidence. Our courses are designed to help you embrace your worthiness and tap into the incredible power of self-love. But that's not all. We'll also dive deep into the transformative world of manifestations. You'll learn proven tools and techniques and strategies to align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your wildest dreams. So get ready to create the success, happiness, love, and abundance that you deserve. So what are you waiting for? head over to candywashington.com/courses to get started. Again, that's candywashington.com/courses.